Hello and welcome back to the Nothing to Something podcast. Once again, this is the podcast that's been put together as a platform to share real stories from real people, showcasing their journeys towards success and all the struggles that are involved along the way. Now, before we move forward, please click subscribe on whichever platform you're listening on. This is going to provide you with all the top draw content to come and keep me pushing to produce it. Now, this week's guest is a gym owner, functional training and mobility expert, and someone who's earned his way to success from very, very humble beginnings. Please welcome to the podcast, Ray Rowlinson. Ray, welcome to the podcast.
Yep. Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. You okay?
Thanks for coming on, mate. Thank you for coming on. You're very highly spoken of in some of the circles that I move in. I think we've got a hell of a lot of shared interest here, Ray. You're a man that is very knowledgeable within the fitness space, amongst other things. Someone who's got a vast amount of experience. Someone who is, it seems, is very passionate from the outside about coaching other people, not just physically, but also mentally, to become the best versions of themselves. And that's something that I hold in very high regard as well. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Nice one, bro. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Nice one, Ray. Right, before we get started, mate, do you want to just talk us through who you are?
So my name Ray Rowlinson. I'm a strength conditioning coach. I mainly started ideally with fighters, but I've ended up branching off basically to anybody who performance based. Basically, the way I explain myself. I just do and train and coach what you're basically supposed to do. You know what I mean? So, mobility warm-ups, the training, the technique side of it, the stretching, you know what I mean? Just getting people pain-free. But the main thing I like doing is just making sure people don't be too reliant on me, if it makes sense. I like them, getting all the knowledge, absorbing all the knowledge off me. So some people, they think, some PTs go, yeah, I know, but, they're not going to keep them coming back and seeing you and stuff like that. Nah, it's not the way I work. I want people to get everything off me and take it away with them. And ideally, if they're scared of going gym, they've got no confidence, I like to see them in the gym on their own, you know what I mean? And they go in there, take a video and go, oh, Ray, I went gym on my own, I've done this and I've done that. I'm like, right, that's what I want, that's what I like, you know what I mean?
Nice. Refreshing. That's refreshing, Ray. Straight away, we can see that that's the difference, because there's a hell of a lot of PTs now there, isn't there? A lot of people call themselves PTs. You've got a couple of bits that are standing out there already. Very niche in the fact that you're functional, movement, mobility, and also the fact that you're not just in it to get as much money out of people as you can. You're really trying to help people become better, move pain-free, increase the functionality and that sort of thing. And that's something that definitely resonates with myself. The older I get, the more functional training I do. I've been around the block, I've tried a lot, but the more I come back to functional training. So that is a topic that we'll get into in a little bit, mate. Just before we progress any further, Ray, do you want to talk us through where we all started? So where are you from? How's your childhood upbringing?
I was born on my side, Alec Park Estate. You've probably heard about it.
Know it well, mate. Know it well.
Yeah, so I was actually born there. Born with mum raised 7 of us, 7 kids on the estate. Went through. So my stepdad, my sisters, got 5 sisters, 1 brother. Their dad basically that physically and mentally abused me from right at the beginning all the way to like 15, 16 years old on the estate. Wow. You know what I mean? So what was a bit mad was is that started from about 1 year old, and he was just constant every day all the way up from when he was a kid, you know what I mean, up to teenage thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's how it started, where I'm from, you know what I mean? So believe it or not, I loved it there as well though. I loved it. I loved my side, you know what I mean, the community and stuff like that. Oh.
No, I get that, mate. And how are you faring with that nowadays? It seems like you come to grips with it, quite open to talking about it.
Yeah. More people are sort of like when they hear my story or talk about it, they get more down and more depressed hearing me than I am. You know what I mean? I go, oh, really? You know things? So yeah. My mum's sort of like lived through guilt. You know what I mean about me. She's always like asking me, I'm sorry, son, I'm sorry, so like she thinks she put me through it, but she was scared herself, was going, because if she protected me, then she got beat up and stuff like blah, blah, blah. So my main goal was to make sure my mum don't, don't feel guilty or anything like, you were scared and stuff like that. But the one thing that, the thing that my stepdad thought he was doing, he thought he was knocking it out of me, but what he was doing, he was conditioning me, if it makes sense, you know what I mean? So I switched it around the other way, because a lot of people, when they go through that type of stuff, they usually carry on the circle, don't they? You know what I mean? But that was one thing I made sure, I nipped in the bud dead quick, you know what I mean? As soon as because we went in the homeless and stuff from my side.
Yeah. Mate, never nice. It's difficult to hear. Straight in at the deep end there, aren't we, by the way? Never nice, and it's difficult to hear, mate, but it seems as though you've got a handle on it. You know exactly what it's up to. You've spun it round so it's good. Probably getting ahead of ourselves in terms of the podcast layout here a little bit, but I always touch on mindset. Do you feel you are the person you are today? You've got such a strong mindset, as we'll get into later in the podcast, because of going through that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It could, I get asked questions, like, would you change anything? Or, you know what I mean? So people, I wouldn't change anything now because I've ended up all right. But if I ended up not the way I've ended up, then you start saying, no, do you know what? I changed that. I wish I didn't go through it. But 100%, yeah. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm generally okay. You know what I mean? I sometimes I come across like not very sympathetic and a bit cold-hearted, because I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not like a victimization thing. I'm not a big fan of it. You know what I mean? I know a few people, they react differently and stuff like that, you know what I mean? But I'm a proper, swearing wise, I've got like 2 words to say, fuck it, all the time, yeah? Whenever someone's thing, you say, do you know what? Get it down, just keep on going, go all the time. You know what I mean? Because I ended up a single dad as well.
Okay, yeah. So it takes a lot of strength and courage in that alone, but the mindset you alluded to there and the victim sort of mentality, it's probably worked in your favour, that hasn't it? The fact that you're not a fan of that, as you've just broken down there, as probably what's enabled you to get through the abuse you've talked about early on, because you've not fell into a victim mindset. You're willing to carry on and crack on and get on with things and progress your life. So yeah, very, very interesting, mate. Straight in at the deep end, as I say, there's a lot going on. Just moving forward a little bit there, Ray. So how was education? Did you go to school, mate? How was school? Were you...
No. Didn't go to school, done nothing. We ended up in the homeless, so my mum got the courage to leave. We like set like a little leaving thing with the social services. So my mum ended up taking me and the 7 of us on her own. We sort of went to the homeless in Lancaster, ended up sleeping in the police station, and then we got to the homeless in Runcorn. So we went from Mostard to Runcorn. And then we got rehoused in Ancoats. So that's how I ended up round there. You know what I mean? From fingers. But yeah, I never had no confidence. I got bullied. I got bullied in the house. And when I got to school, I got bullied because I never had no confidence, no fight. I never had no fights or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I hated school. I couldn't stand it. I liked primary school, but I used to go Burley and Hume. You know what I mean? So I used to wag it in my side precinct. He was only over the road. You know what I mean? So
well, side precinct were taking it way back there. I remember them days.
Yeah.
No, a nice insight, Ray. And do you know what? I have these conversations on the podcast. Everybody's story is different, but when I'm speaking to people like yourselves and hearing things like this, I've got my own struggles and stuff growing up. But this is humbling. This is humbling, mate, to see what people have been through and the strength and the fortitude that it must have taken to get to where you are in the present day. Or else we would not be having this sort of conversation. So straight away, I get to this stage in the podcast, but early on, we're less than 10 minutes in, mate. Congratulations on getting to where you are in life right now. Genuinely, congratulations, mate. So moving things forward a little bit. So you have school. We've got to a stage where we're getting to adolescence or early adulthood. How do we work from there, mate? How was the job history? Or were you straight into sport? Were you straight into the gym scene? How did it work out?
No. So because we was in Runcorn for a few years because Mum was in like a shelter there. You know what I mean? So my mum always said to me, do you know what I always used to do? She said, disappear. As soon as I left my side, I used to disappear like 14, 15 hours a day and just mooch around Runcorn. I was here, there and everywhere. Come back later. She's like that. But she never sort of worried about me. She went, where have you been? So I was just messing around doing this and doing that. But I went from Moss Side to on my own in Runcorn. And there's a proper white area in Runcorn. And I was still, I mean, been around fucking Caribbean people my whole life. So I was talking, I was saying man at the end of every sentence. Yeah, man, yeah, man. And I couldn't get out of it, innit? Because it got built like that. It got built
Yeah.
up. I used to go Sunday school. You know what I mean? I used to be sitting in the minibus in Sunday school. You know what I mean? So we ended up from there to this white area in Runcorn. You know what I mean? So, yes. Yeah, I mean, I used to love playing football. I used to love it. You know what I mean? I used to play football. But I only ended up in the fitness the way I am now because I ended up, I didn't want to start cutting off too much, but I ended up in a relationship. Yeah, depressive relationship, a proper absolute nightmare of a girl. She had a baby with her. My baby was 6 months old. She left. She left me with a baby.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But that was the best thing she could do because it was that I could just get on with me and my baby and raise my daughter. You know what I mean? And she weren't around or nothing like that. But my mum said she seen me one day, bro. I had massive belly, yeah, big tits, a lot of it. But I didn't have weight that was all around my body. I just had bits and bobs of it. And my mum said son, you look pregnant. And my head went ping like that. You know what I mean? So
That
yeah,
was your
I had
alarm
a PT.
bells.
Oh yeah. I hired a PT, 50 quid an hour. Hid away in Malmason Hotel downstairs in a little fucking thing. I couldn't even run, bro. I couldn't even run or nothing. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
jumped there quick,
Okay. That
don't
was a
I?
life changing
I
moment for
go,
you,
bah,
was
bah,
it?
bah, bah, bah.
How did it go with the PT, mate? Was that a life changing moment for you? Make some good
Yeah,
progress there.
yeah. So I booked, hired him. I couldn't run on a treadmill. Basically, it went really quick. Started losing weight there quick because my body was a shock. You know what I mean? Never felt it before. Started eating healthy. Um, Lost loads of weight. Started doing jiu-jitsu. That when it went popular. Went into MMA. You know what I mean? It literally went that quick. You know what I mean? But the only thing was when my daughter was young, I was so paranoid of having no money. You know what I mean? Because I was raising her. You know what I mean? So I had my sister looking after her while I was out making money, doing bits and bobs and stuff like that. And it's something twigged. I was losing time with my daughter because I was so scared of having no money and bringing her up. So something had to change. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
started training MMA and stuff like that. Coaching, loved getting into it. You know what I mean? Done a PT course, got that paid for. You know what I mean? So it literally snapped and clicked that quick.
Nice. Nice. Became an obsession overnight.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Love it. I've shared a passion, as I said at the start of the podcast, mate, something that I'm massively into. Been around the leisure industry, PT and gym management for the past going on 10 years now and training a long time before that. So I certainly get where you're coming from. Once you get into it,
Yeah.
it's something that stays with some of us. So
It's
just
set
before
now.
we move on, sorry, mate, go on.
It's set. We're set now. We're done. We're trapped.
That's
We're in
it.
it.
That's it,
Done and
mate. And
dusted.
I see you doing your thing. I see your sessions. I see the bits and bobs that you posted on socials. Very similar once again because I try to post every day. Whether I post or not, something's happening daily. And when I remember
Yeah.
to post, it's with the hashtag daily contribution. So certainly
Yeah.
get it. And anyone who's listening to this, contribute, please. This is a message from me and Ray. Contribute towards yourself, towards your better self every day, personally, professionally, mentally, physically. One thing a day.
100%, bro. 100%. Everybody's so obsessed with the athletic side of training. That to me is a bonus. That'll happen. Your body will look the way it looks, yeah. But the amount of people I had both shaking and first meeting me and paranoid, anxious and everything, and me being me, I snap them out of it like that. You know what I mean? So trust me. The thing why I do my girls, so when trust me, I said I'm gonna have you stood with all the steadheads doing weights among them all. So you're gonna walk in the middle of them all in a big gym. Yeah, right. Yeah, I want to see you. And I want to see you lifting weights in the things. Oh no! I said, trust me. You're that level of confidence.
Yeah,
You ain't
yeah,
hiding around over there. No. So you're going over there. I said, men are too busy looking at themselves in the mirror. I said, they ain't looking at you anyway. You know what I mean? We're all fucking posing, and you know the way it works, isn't it? They go, seriously? I
yeah.
said, yeah, trust me. That's what I want to see. That's what I build.
Love
You know
it.
what I mean?
Love it. And then that confidence transfers to other parts of life. Love it, Ray.
Yeah.
Just before we move full on into the gym scene, mate, and what you're doing at the moment. So, just talking about your childhood upbringing and that sort of time we just talked about there. And you've been through a lot, mate. That's clear to see. Lack of role models, it sounds like, or positive male influence. Do you think that's
Yeah.
something that you would have benefited from? And is that something that you try to provide now?
Um, I'm the complete opposite of what my stepdad was. The complete opposite. I've got 2 grandkids. You know what I mean? So I've got single. I've got my dog. Got 2 grandkids. I'm nothing like him. You know what I mean? And I didn't sort of try and not be like him. Like I didn't fight it. You know what I mean? Oh, wow, I'm making sure I'm not like him. I just work anyway. I'm not built like that. I'm just natural. It's not me. You know what I mean? So I think it's benefited me, him being the way he was with me. You know what I mean? It's a bit of a hard question sometimes, like role models and stuff like that. I believe you don't, nobody needs something. You don't need it. You know what I mean? It could help, it could not have helped. You know what I mean? But it's a bit of a hard one because it built me the way I am now. You know what I mean? I've done the opposite. I'm proper fighting, you know what I mean? So I've got 2 grandkids, yeah. So everything that I didn't have, so it's hard not to spoil them though at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
want
get
them to
it.
have
I
what I
get
didn't
it.
have, but still got to be good. You know what I mean? You ain't being cheeky, you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. You know what I mean? But my mum though, bro, and there was 7 kids on her own. I think I had the harder one. 7. That's rough.
Superwoman, that
That's
mate. Looking back,
hardcore, isn't it? Hardcore business.
nice,
That.
nice. I know, and I think that's something that comes with age, with maturity, isn't it? You look back and you think what your parents or your parent in your case has done for you.
Yeah.
It's an eye opener, especially when you become a parent yourself.
And I used to moan about 1 kid. Yeah, 7. Rough, that, innit? Like, still can't fathom that out, you think about it. You're
Yeah,
raising
some
7
feet.
on your own. Strong woman, man.
Right, Ray. Double our performance, Jim. Here we are. We fast forward to present time, present day. The Gym Summit Special. I know you've recently opened at the facility that you're at, or
Yeah.
semi-recently. I know that you are, as I said earlier on, very niche, which is refreshing. A lot of mobility, a lot of functional stuff. I know you've got some very high-profile members or clients that you work with in some
Yeah.
fighters, some athletes, in some all variety of life, really. Talk us through the gym. What is it? Who's it for? Tell us about Double R Performance.
Yeah. Like you say, it's niche. To me, I just do what you're supposed to do. That's the way I say it. I'm just old school. I do what you're supposed to do, what PTs are supposed to do. Proper warm up, train with technique, and stretch at the end. Some people go, like I said, it's just because most don't do it. It's not a niche. I'm just, 50-year-old, so mine's just old school stuff, but it's not old school as the way it should be done. So when I'm doing, you know what I mean, they go, oh, what's this? I said, listen, we said, just mobility stuff. I went, we're just putting you through all these, the body wants to be for all these ranges of motions. When you don't, and your body don't work the way it is, that's where injuries start popping because muscles start working and doing jobs they're not meant to do. You know what I mean? So when you do all these mobility, and when they're doing it, they look quite easy. So when they're doing the warm-ups, I went, wow, I can feel it. I went, yeah. I said, you're getting a stretch out of it, you're getting mobility out of it, you're opening up different muscle parts. Then we do the session. It's not going to video it. You get the girls going, oh, Ray Doctor said, nah, I said, that's dead. These are your videos. These ain't mine. These are for you. If you want them up, we'll pop them up. If you don't, I said, it's your privacy. So when they first come in, they go, oh, Ray Doctor, don't think. I said, nah, these are yours. This is for you. You're paying me. I do the videos. They're yours for life. You know what I mean? So you've got them to look back on. It's like a YouTube video, isn't it? You know what I mean? You look back on it. And I said, I want you to, keep on doing and keep on going over what we've been, which I teach. You know what I mean? Everything like that. So niche wise, it's just because most don't do what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
I love it. Love it, mate. And you're right. You're right. The way it should be done. Functional movements first off. So who's it for, Ray? Everyone, anyone?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way it worked for me, the way I ended up doing this was me having that many injuries myself. So I didn't have a mentor, stuff like that. So I had to research myself. I've been Brazil twice, training on my own, snapped my bicep tendon over there. So I had that many niggles and pains from over the years training. I was going like, to this expert and this, different NHS stuff and stuff like that. Nobody's finding out what's going on with me. So I had to suss it out and find out myself. So I started going down rabbit holes and started getting interested in it. And then a lot of the stuff that I found, 95% of the people were in the same situation. Posture problems, work and stuff like that. Back pain, lower back pain. So it weren't me separating it. It was just, it's all intertwined. You know what I mean? Pain relief sort of sells. As soon as you get rid of people's pains and I explain it quite simple, I go, listen, it's because you're doing this, because you're doing that. Just keep on doing these every single day, just a few minutes. And then the way I say to them, I say, listen, if you don't do it, you deserve to be in pain. Because you're just laser. You know what I mean? They go, like, they go, all right, all right. I said, yeah. Bits and bobs, just do this every single day, you'll be out of pain. If you don't do it, you deserve to be in pain. You know what I mean?
Nice, nice. And where's the knowledge come from, Ray? Is that something you picked up yourself? Said you've gone down a few rabbit holes there. You've just
So
through looking
yeah,
into your own
so
injuries and training in how to train
I
properly.
done I done my personal training course years ago. Yeah, then I done my sports massage level 4 at Active Health in town. Yeah, but I didn't go the sports massage. You know, I didn't go that route. You know what I mean? So I started. So my mentor, that Phil Daru, who I met
Yeah,
from America. The thing was, he started watching me in COVID. He was like watching me. You know what I mean? So I built a relationship, and he's massive. He's huge. And
he
in
is mega,
COVID,
mega.
I was training people in COVID, going under arches, under trees, going to Stretford, Charlton. I was driving all around Manchester, still training people. And then I got my savings and I built a home gym. So, because to keep me training people. And I had wheelbarrows. I bought a wheelbarrow, putting weights in it, making people walk around the farmers' walks with wheelbarrows and stuff like that. And he used my circumstances as an email, and he sent the email out to all the subscribers, and he put me on it. He went, this guy, he's not used this, you know, blah, blah, blah. I sent it out to everybody. And then I wanted to see him in America and link up with him, but can't get over there. So he'd done a seminar in Portugal. So I booked 4 hours with him. Expensive. Yeah.
I can imagine,
So
mate. I can imagine. Is that Manchester top team, innit?
no, no, no,
Sorry,
no.
sorry. American top team, is it?
Yeah, yeah. He was
That's
their
the one.
head strength and conditioning coach years ago.
Yeah.
So when he was I could go to Portugal, so I booked 4 hours 1-to-1 with him. Yeah. So I went over there, seeing him, met thing, trained for like 2 hours. The other 2 hours were just sat in the gym, just me and him on the floor talking. Built a relationship.
Nice.
Yeah. And then when he found out I opened my gym, he got hold of me, contacted me, he went, Ray, he went, I'm gonna do a UK seminar at your gym. I was sort of like a bit starstruck type thing, because it was me and him on a Zoom call, right? So he's talking an hour and a half was on the Zoom call, right? So he said, I'm doing it at your place. So I said, so I went, why are you giving me so much energy, Phil, in my life? He went, do you know what? He went, you're amazing. He went, you're 50-year-old, because he's 38. He went, you're 50-year-old. He went, and you don't talk shit. He went, everything you've said you've done, you've just done. He went, and I want to repay that back. He went, you flew to Portugal to spend 4 hours with me. He went, all these little things, Ray, is your passion. You know what I mean? He went, so I said, all right. And then he's doing a seminar in Barcelona at the end of September. Yeah. So I said, yeah, I'll come and see you. He went, you're my special guest. He went, I want you helping me with it. So I'm like, all right, okay. You know what it is with me, bro? I don't, it's like people say, oh, you should be proud of yourself about the gym. I find it hard to congratulate myself. I'm
Okay.
not like,
Okay.
I'm appreciative, and you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I don't know, I'm probably a little bit, you know, like, thinking, you know, when you saw like things are going good, and you go, right, calm down, Ray, something's gonna, something's gonna, I'm
Right.
not
Yeah. Bit
paranoid, you
pessimistic.
know.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah. I'm like,
I
right,
get you.
something's going thingy here. Chill out, Ray. You better calm down a little bit. Something's gonna pop and something's gonna ring. You know what I mean? So,
Keeping
because
yourself in
everyone's like,
check.
that's the way they went. So everyone's like to me, they went, but that's you, Ray. You went, that's what makes you sort of humble with it. You know what I mean? I'm just opening a gym and I'm just keeping doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I look at it and think, this is all right, but I'm not like I'm mind blown. It's not like I'm
Just
spoiled, but
cracking
I'm
on.
just not mind blown by it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, mate. Fantastic. And it's working in your favour. It's working in your favour. It seems as though something like that for my money will probably keep you hungry. If you think you're doing really well and you've smashed it, you might take your foot off the gas a little bit. So
Yeah,
let's say
yeah.
it's working in your favour there, Ray. But no, good to see, mate. Good to see. On the gym, was that always the vision? So when you got into your training properly and you started doing your level 3 and stuff, was it always a thought process in your mind that right, I want to open my own facility?
Do you know what it was? Right. So I was working in a gym in Ancoats, right? So obviously I built up my client base. You know what I mean? But the thing wasn't, this ain't against the gym or the PTs, but I felt the energy draining around just looking at. I get, do you know what it is? You've probably seen by some of my stories, right? I hate fraud. I hate fraudulent trainers. I need to zip it sometimes, but I hate people being ripped off. I can't stand it. You know, the body language, they're on the phone and all that and leaning. I hate all that, Vic. It grinds my gears. So when I'm around it, you know what I mean? Bro, most of the clients I've got have been back through people doing a shit job. And they've seen me in the same floor going, ooh, and they start coming to me. Them doing a shit job has brought clients to me, just being there. And they're looking and thinking, do you know what? This is what an actual person. I said, because I'm getting a PT, even a cheap one's expensive. It's
Yeah,
a lot of money.
yeah. It
Some of
is. It's
it's
an
mortgage
investment. It
money.
certainly is. Mhm.
You know what I mean? You know, I'm like, who do you think you are? You were sat on your phone and being lazy and leaning, your body language all over the place, and you're not even programming workouts. You know what I mean? That to me is it's mental. I don't like it. And I didn't like being around it. For right, I need to get out of it. I need my own place. And I made sure it was a private facility, and even the classes, what I'm going to be doing, the small classes, 6 maximum, so the people are getting me. They're getting more of me. You know what I mean? More, you know, rather than the money making side of it, and everybody's just doing millions of burpees all over the place. And there's no communication, there's no banter, there's no, you know what I mean? I want to build up because I've got small group PT classes. Yeah, these girls, yeah, and they're growing together because the classes are small. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they're growing
yeah. No, I get
together.
that.
I say to them, I said, put your tunes on. Right thing? I said, yeah, get your tunes on, put your Bluetooth on, put your tunes on, and let's get going. They're loving it, you know what I mean? So that's me. That's the way I work.
Nice. Love it, mate. And what's the vision for the future, Ray? Where do you see it going in the future?
The exact same what I'm doing. I just want it bigger. I just want it bigger.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's not me being not appreciative of what I've got. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just want it, and I want Pete. I bring Philip all the time, right? Because you know what he does? He interviews clients. You know, he interviews him. He puts him through an hour interview. He won't work with nobody. He wants to know everything. He wants relationship building. You know what I mean? So if I get
Mhm.
PTs working on things, they've got to be reflected. They've got to be like me, a reflection of me because it's my brand. You know what I mean? And imagine me working with someone like me. I'd love that. You know what I mean? Because we're all growing together. We're getting on together. The
Yeah.
brand's growing together. You know what I mean? Rather than just a rent payer, someone just popped in. You know what I mean? Just sat there like going, you know what I mean? No talking, no communication, nothing like that. You know what I mean? Imagine
Spot
me
on. I'm a big
interviewing.
one for culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%,
I'm
bro.
a
Yeah,
big one for
definitely.
culture myself. We're aligned there, certainly. It's something that can make or break a place, certainly aligned there. I've been a gym manager and a multi-site gym manager for, like I said there, going on 10 years now. And you can see sometimes you get a bad egg or someone who doesn't quite fit the culture. And it could be a breakdown across the full team, across the wider team. So I certainly get where you're coming from and needing to be the
Yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
fit for what you're trying to build within your brand. Right, moving on from there, Ray. You've been through a hell of a lot. You've achieved a lot so far. I know there's more to come as we've just discussed. What's your why, Ray? I'm a big person on why. So why for me is your driver, the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning when you can't be asked, when you're sick, when it's raining sideways, when you've got a lot of stress or other things going on in life. What drives you? What's your why?
Smiles on people's faces and reputation and people. And what the biggest feeling for me is knowing there's people out there talking highly of me. That I love that. I love it. Honestly, I don't. You know what it is? People will never know if I'm tired because you know every client I'm with, whether it's at 8 o'clock at night, you ought to see him. I'm like proper dramatic. Yeah, say I do a pull up, buzzing the head off. You know what I mean? And you can't fake that. Imagine trying to put that on all day. A fake persona. People that I go and said, "Can I that?" It's like I've done it. You know what I mean? It's just the same energy all the time. You know what I mean? So I get tired when I'm at home. You know what I mean? Get restless me. If I'm not at it all the time, yeah, I get bored. I'm like going, or I feel, right, shit, I should be doing something here. And people are like, Ray, chill. I'm like, I can't. On holiday, chill. I am. I said, but lying down on the pool all day drains me. It kills me off. I'm like going, you get like that bit that's you get restless. I'm like looking about, trying to find stuff. And then And I'm not whiz-head and all over the finger. I just feel more productive, even just done something. I get the camera out and just fucking do some ankle mobility and just send it to someone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
People aren't
yeah,
going, oh, Ray, I've got a finger. I'll go, yeah, 1 minute. I'll turn the phone on. I'll send them a stretch. I'll go, there you go. I'm like, all right, Ray, cheers. I'll fucking do it everywhere. I've done it in the Arndale, like a weirdo. Stretch in the Arndale. I went, yeah, just do this. I went, do it 2 times a day for 2 minutes so you should be sorted. Right? I said, keep on doing it and get back to me. Ray, let me. You bros, I tell you what, do you know a lot of pain relief and mobility stretching? It's so simple, Seriously. People, they blow it all out of proportion because they try and sell programs and stuff like that, yeah? Listen, a little bit of consistency, chest stretches, bits and bobs of this, consistently, honestly, stuff just get, you know what I mean? So I'm
yeah.
calling
Love
them a
it.
band man because I'm hyper flexible. You probably seen some of my stretches. Look at my legs being
Yeah,
chopped off and stuck on a wall. You know what I mean? So I do a lot of stuff in the bands because I need extra help with the banded work to get that extra stretch or mobility for myself. But so here's my secret as well. There is none. I'm hyper flexible anyway. So people think all these stretches are going to look like me and there ain't. It's a bit of a blag. It's a bit of a blag to sell it. Keep on doing this, you look like me. Go, seriously. I go, yeah. They won't. But
can't
as long
stop
as
the
it's
bag.
pain relief, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? That's all that matters.
There you go. There you go. Ray, back to what you just said there, mate. Keep that energy. Keep that energy. That is needed. And I don't know if people
I
tell you
can't
that, but
not.
that is
I
needed.
can't not.
I I'm a high energy person myself. I'm a positive energy person myself. I work very much off energy. I get people's energy and aura and a vibe off people. And when I'm around people like yourself who are high energy or come on, let's go, let's get it,
Yeah.
it charges me. If I'm on no sleep with the kids in the house from the night before, if I've got stresses in life, whatever it is, I try to keep it high myself for those around me, for family, for colleagues, for whoever's around me. But
Yeah.
when I'm around somebody else like that, it draws energy out of me. It's
You know, as
contagious, mate. So
cheesy as it
don't ever
sounds,
lose that.
right? Yeah. Listen, energy. Never ever. It's like me, right? We attract who we attract just naturally. Yeah. People, listen. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. You know what I mean? It's my style isn't the way the finger. I'm maybe too loud, too thin. But I'm not here to. I'm here for me, and that's it. And people go, you. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky. I'm in the position where I can train now who I click with. Because at the beginning, when you're trying to build up and you're panicking and you're paranoid and you're training a kid to or no woman, you know what I mean? And you don't know your niche, don't know where you're at, you're drained, you're out all day. But now I'm in a situation where if we click, right, I'm with you. We're together for years, you know what I mean? You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Wholesome, man. Wholesome. I like it. All right. We're about to get deep, Ray. Are
Ooh.
you happy?
Yeah, yeah,
Nice. Love
yeah,
that. Love that.
yeah,
All aspects, life's going well, in a good place. It
yeah.
sounds as though you are, but you can honestly say you're happy.
Nothing. There's nothing to be down about, bro, man. There isn't. There really isn't. And they get called in. This is a thing. I get girls every single week. Yeah, the reputation and guys. Yeah, right. Yeah, you were panicked before they come and train with me the first time. Yeah, as soon as I leave, I'm like, someone said, listen, when you leave here, you'll text me, put a big smile on your face, buzzing your head off. I love it. That's what I'm here for. That lifts me. That makes me. Yeah. And I'm not bullshitting it. That shit makes me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Every time someone comes in, yeah, and they go back to work on lunch, the day's productive and Ray was happy all day. Buzzing. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, before
Nice.
work, and make your day, make your day of work fucking better. You know what I mean? This is me standard, you know what I mean, bro? And I tell you what's mad. Within 2 minutes, the people meeting me, they tell me fucking everything. It's mad. Everything. You get I'm not going just stand it. Emma's like going, just clip with everyone, mate. Just clip the fingers. You don't want to go back in the gym where I used to train. Yeah. The people are buzzing there. Oh, raise it, raise it. Yeah, I mean, they went because you're a character. So as soon as you walk in, people feel you or they see you. But at the same time, if I'm not smiling, it sort of drains it down a little bit as well. They think something's up. So it's got the reverse effect sometimes. Don't it show
I
us on
get
your
that.
face? Because you're smiling all the time. So I bet if you just go out walking and looking a bit vexed, you're like, yeah, what's up the
Yeah.
fucking thing?
Yeah.
You all right? Yeah.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. But no, love that. Love that energy. Right, Ray, we're going to tap into the mind of a master trainer, of a professional now. So we're looking for top tips for anyone who's on the journey to their best self. Let's go first off, a couple of physical tips, anyone getting into training or wanting to progress, and then something mental as well.
Train all year round. Yeah, right.
Okay.
Bodybuilding gets a bad rep. Yeah, just train, even bench presses, barbell row. The body needs to be. It wants to be strong first. It needs to be strong. Just being strong will solve a heap of problems. That's why I always point to YouTube. Say you get them old people and you see them on YouTube, the 80-odd-year-olds, and they do like deadlifts and stuff like that. So the bone density is strong, your muscles, your armour, they're not frail, they're strong. Just strength train first. You know what I mean? Even just so-called bodybuilding movements, just train year round. Stop doing it and stop being focused on the six-pack business. Because that life, unless you're born ripped, that life is shit, honestly. The most miserable existence. Searching for a six-pack. You get there, and then, what now? You stood there like on your own. You haven't got a missus. You don't have a six-pack. All right, yeah. Where are we going now? You see what I'm saying? It's too focused on that. And
No,
anything
I'm
that
with
says
you. I'm
diet
with
at the
you.
end of it, don't do it. Anything that says diet, anything with the word diet on it, don't do it. My nutrition,
Okay.
I just do nutrition advice. I don't do plans.
Yeah.
Advice. Yeah? There's a way of thinking you can eat 12 donuts a day. Yeah? If you burn more than 12 donuts, you'll lose weight. Yeah, it's just shit food, don't it? You know what I mean? So I'm not saying eat 12 donuts, but that's the way you explain it. Stop
Yeah.
pecking your head. Stop overthinking everything and all that. Just fucking eat, man. Imagine having steak and
Okay.
chips and you just sniff the chip or lick the chip. Eat the chip, man. It's still called steak and chips. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
not
gosh.
salad and steak. You know what I mean?
Love it. So consistency and simplification. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it simple,
You
keep it
short my words
consistent.
down, don't you? You short my words. You have to.
mentally, right? I know the mental side is just as big a thing as the physical side nowadays. I know that it's something that you're hard on, you're very aware of as well. I've seen your social media and the people that you work with. Any tips for people trying to build mental resilience?
Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Okay, okay,
Stop
old
feeling sorry
school.
for you.
Get on with it.
Stop feeling sorry for you. Yeah, stop. Not most people don't give a shit. Yeah, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Yeah, all the attention thing. The problem with this is why people think I'm a bit cold. It's like people go through mental health problems. I understand that. Yeah, everyone does. But the problem with social media, people lie they've got them now for clout chasing and followers. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's like that classic thing. Someone will put some up on Facebook, oh, I'm feeling down and blah, blah. And then someone say, oh, I'll inbox or speak to you. You know what I mean? Nobody, deep down, nobody really cares. There's only a few that care. You know what I mean? You need to just get out of that, snap out of that. That's what I say. My advice, yeah, right, is like, fuck it, all the time. That's my words, fucking finger. Yeah. So people ask me, say, fuck him. Yeah, this person's doing this to him. Fuck him. So? I ain't here to finger. So what? You know what I mean? It's like my energy drains people in a way. You know when I go into a place like a gym sometimes, right? Yeah, I can feel haters because I'm so busy. It does their heads in. Yeah, like I've just woke up one morning and I've got like this. You know what I mean? Through, and it's because me being me, I built this up for me being me. Yeah, and I can see that, and I genuinely feeds me. I genuinely feed off it. I think more people need to do that. Proper feed, switch it round. You know what I mean? Don't moan
Yeah,
about it. Oh, this person's doing this and this person's saying this. The thing is, so what? Who cares?
I get
Yeah,
that. I get that.
it's
I
very
do. I do
simple, but
see. I do see both sides there, Ray. Just in the aspect of that, I certainly agree with what you're saying, and I think the social
yeah,
media side of it now has brought in this element of people searching for somebody to ask what's up and give him
yeah,
the gateway there to spark conversation in it. It makes it hard for the people who are genuinely suffering, and there are a few
exactly.
of them out there. And when you are in that
Yeah,
state and you have got genuine mental health issues, as I know some people who had it been very close to me, it's hard to get them out of bed. Never mind say
yeah.
F it and crack on with the day. So I
Do you
think
know
it's the
me,
phones
bro?
that are messing up for everyone there.
Do you know if I'd get an opportunity to get hold of one of them people, them and be with them? Yeah, I can lift them up. You know what I mean? And they can lift them up because I didn't really want to do this for the simple reason of like, you know, when you tell your story and stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't want people saying that like I'm doing it as a boohoo story. That's the only reason I've never done this before. Yeah, but everybody's been saying to me, Ray, please do it. Do it. It will help. It will help people. So that's why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? But sometimes I just want the opportunity to actually be with someone. That's why
Yeah.
online training, I'm not a fan of it. You need to be there. You know what I mean? When they turn up and they leave with a smile on their face and you communicated and you've been with a human, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people listen to, you know, my age and stuff like that, and they've been through it. When they listen, they go, like, they'll leave us some bit of hope and that sort of thing. So it's not, you know, that's like you said before, the mental health side of it. Sometimes you don't know. It's sad on the people that are genuinely going through it. You know what I mean? So, but
Mhm.
I know that. I know when they genuinely are. You know what I mean? So I want people out with me. When they're with me, yeah, we're training. They don't understand, you know. They don't even realise they're training with me, but they don't even realise the actual bonding you're doing. They don't clock it. Because we're not
Yeah.
having a cup of
Yeah.
tea or a coffee, but we're together. We're together in the gym in the hour, and then they leave like, do you know what? And they sat in your car driving home with a big smile on your face. That's what makes it repetitive. You know what I mean? And then they come back again. So that's I love that shit, me, honestly, bro. Honestly, I love it.
That's a gift, man. If you feel like you can raise people's vibration like that, that's truly a gift. Use that as much as possible.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Right. Moving on a little bit, mate. Before we get into the questions I ask every time, because they say success leaves clues, any final message? Anyone wanting to better themselves or move towards success? Doesn't have to be physical, gym related now. We're talking about getting after your goals long term, trying to achieve something in life. Any message there?
Just get up. Just do it, man. Stop being scared. Stop being scared and risk everything. You know what I mean? Because you'd be gutted if you never ever do any risk. Just risk it. It's that same fuck it thing again. Just go out and risk it, risk it, risk it. Do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? The trial and error, man. Just trial and error. The mess ups I've done, bro, over the years. Oh, millions. You know what I mean? Things you look back and go, wow, Ray. You know what I mean? So I'm genuinely a completely different. I looked older, yeah, and it was in the worst 20 years ago. I looked older than I am now. And that's bad. You know what I
Nice.
mean?
Nice. So
I
turn your
look,
life
yeah,
around, yeah.
it was ruthless. You know what I mean? It was like walking around. You know what I mean? It was horrible. But yeah, you know what I mean? Just risk it. And someone, you know, I've trained that many people for free as well over the years. I've trained loads for free just to get them in the door. You know what I mean? Because I know when people are talking about money and they genuinely got no money to train, and just for that reason, I'll think so, yeah. And they go, oh, it's races. Yeah, I get him with me, he's training me just twice a week. You know what I mean? I've helped that many people, 60-odd-year-old guys and stuff like that, training with me. You know what I mean? They've messaged me after like a year, 2 years. Ray, I couldn't have got by without you for the past year, 2 years. And they've sort of like sorted their heads out. These are 60-odd-year-old men. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's mad. But
Yeah.
yeah, just get out there. Just go, man. Just risk it. Just get out there. Try. This is the thing, no matter what you want to try, and do you know what I say as well? Just try all sorts of bits and bobs. Yeah. Sometimes you can overthink what you want to be and what you want to do. It's like a globe, spin a globe and just point it and go, fuck it, I'll go there. You know what I mean? Just go, do you know what? I'll try that. Why not? I'll try this. And it's like a course, yeah. If it's not going to cost you no money, try it. You can branch out into mad things. Just try it, risk it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
better than
Get that.
sitting down. It's better than sitting down in it. You know what I mean? Not thinking at all.
For sure. For sure. And at worst case, you're going to learn what you don't like and what you don't want to do in the future. So
Yeah,
there you go. Win-win.
exactly. It's a win-win.
Right. On to final section. So the big three Qs, because success leaves clues, as they say, mate. So first one, talk us through your morning routine. Got any structure in your mornings?
Yeah. R4 in the morning. Up. Ting.
Jeez, R4.
Jog. Yeah. Yeah. People think. Oh, R4. Do you know what? Do you know what I thought? Do you know the older you get, right? You'd think that you'd want to stay in bed longer. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. R4 in the morning. Yeah. Do you know if I sleep, if I say till 6 in the morning, yeah, I feel I've lost something. I can get so much done in the day, in the mornings. You know what I mean? But sometimes get up, clients, get my stuff done, get my programming done, take the grandkids to school. I'll drive up to Drawls in a few hours, you know, a few miles away just to see him. You know what I mean? Take them into school. Granddad took us to school, then go and do clients and stuff like that. Get loads done. You know what I mean? Loads. Get up, man. Yeah, that's my routine. What time do you go up,
Right,
you?
that's it. Early start, mate. Do you know what? The more and more driven, successful, ambitious people sort of have out on the podcast or speak to in day to day life. As I said before, success leaves clues. I'm seeing a lot of the same structure. Now, depending on what it is that they do and where they need to put their energy and allocate their energy within their own lives personally, it obviously can change. But the early things seem to be a theme and getting stuck in, breaking the day, going hard
You
in the
get loads
mornings,
done, you
getting a
know.
good
Even
start to
before
the day
9.
and moving forward from there. But even by anyone's standards, half hours early, mate. Half hours early. Is that
Yeah,
consistent, Ray? Is that daily?
yeah.
Yeah.
Standard.
Nice. What time are you going to
Yeah.
bed? Out of interest.
Sometimes 10 o'clock, half 9, 10. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ping!
Okay.
Up. Yeah. Do you know what?
Full of energy.
You know Usher, the R&B singer? Yeah?
Yeah.
He's supposed to have 4 hours sleep every night. 4 hours sleep. I read that ages ago about him, yeah? Don't know if he's still doing his 4 hours now, you know what I mean? But everyone's different. You know, they say you need 7 to 8 hours sleep and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Some people, different stuff like that. But one thing I do know, I know when I'm tired or I know when I'm overtrained because I get ratty. Yeah?
Mhm.
That's my signal. You know what I mean? But
Okay.
I was
Okay.
ruthless for it when I was young, bro. Honestly, when I started getting into training, yeah, I was really bad for overtraining. Really bad.
Okay. Okay. So you listen to your body now, listen to how you're feeling. What would you do at that stage? If you know that you get into that sort of stage of overtiredness, of fatigue, take a couple of days off. Would you rest, not train?
Yeah. Couple of days off, 100%. With me, it was more brain. You know what I mean? I was so focused on the training, weren't eating at all. It was just train all the time. You know what I mean?
Well,
Losing
yeah.
loads of weight. It was like a robot. I was just like a robot, just all the time. And it's bad. It's bad. It's bad for your brain more than anything. Apart from getting little niggles and signs, I was right snappy and stuff like that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But then you start denying that you are, and then you know what I mean. You're with someone, you're with your missus. He's right there. You are, and then you walk off a little bit and go, you know what, Ray? Sort it out. You're being a weirdo. You know what I mean?
Oh, good stuff. Right. Moving on. So, what percentage of the time will you say you're on it? So when I say on it, I mean what percentage are you contributing to something that's worthwhile, whether personally or professionally?
Wow. 90%.
90%,
90%.
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
tell you
Always
what,
switched
though.
on.
I'll be honest. Yeah, I do procrastinate. To the people out there, yeah, I ain't perfect. Sometimes I sit and what I do, I overthink content. I was speaking to Phil DeRue about this. Yeah, because it's normal to me. Yeah, I overthink the content. Should I put that out? It looks a bit boring. That type of thing.
Mm.
Yeah, and he's going, no, Ray, it's to you. Yeah, because it's normal to you. And these people have never seen half of this stuff. He went to a normal glute stretch to you. Nobody does him. You know what I mean? So I overthink that and go, right, should I put it out? Is it a bit boring? That is it enough? Is it a thing? So I do that. So everybody's watching
Mm.
this. Yeah, I ain't perfect. I overthink that side of it. Should I put that out?
Yeah.
Should I put this out? Should I put that out? They went, just flipping film 2 things, man, pop it out. You know what I mean? Because nobody does it anyway.
Spot on, spot on. Thanks for the transparency there, Ray. And then the last one. So, name 3 people that you're going to sit down to dinner with. Can be past or present, dead or alive, anyone you want, in an aid to make the rest of your life as successful as possible. Who would you choose?
Bruce Lee, Bob Marley, Malcolm X.
Oh, just like that. Bam.
Yeah. They're there all the time. I ain't got
Okay,
some new
okay.
ones. Yes, standard, but their influences them. They're growing up.
It sounds like they've been casting there for a long, long time. Are they your
Yeah.
go-tos over the
100%.
years?
The Amaze Met is, I think, the main thing with them though, how young they were. Proper old souls. You know what I mean? If
Mm.
you're not 30 odd year old,
Yeah,
makes you
yeah,
feel dumb. They're 50
yeah.
year old.
Wise beyond
Yeah,
the years. Yeah, yeah.
30 odd
There's
year
some
old.
real presence.
Yeah, you think they're older than they actually are, but they're not. You know what I mean? They were 30 odd year old, weren't they? So, you know what I mean? But yeah, 100%, definitely. Pure
Nice,
positivity.
good picks there.
Right.
Good picks, mate. Right, and that about wraps us, Ray. That about wraps us. Thank you so much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate your time. Really
No
appreciate the
problem.
insight, the honesty, the knowledge
Sorry
that
for
you
going on
provided.
with it though.
I know there's a hell of a lot of takeaways there for the people, mate. It's really nice to have you on. Really nice to have you on and paint a picture for us of sort of your journey to date and what you've been through. Just before we go, Ray, do you want to just tell the listeners where they can find your social handles?
Yeah, so I'm only on Instagram, Double R Performance Gym. Yeah, and my gym's on Arch 72 North Western Street in Hardwick, M12. So private gym, classes at night, everything small, unique, intimate. You know what I mean? Yeah, basically getting me. What's better than that? Nice private gym as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can find me on Instagram.
Spot on.
As
And
well.
he's very, very highly regarded, as we spoke about off the camera, amongst circles from all parts of the world, different professions, athletes, high earners, high performers, you name it. Very, very well spoken of. So,
Thank
Ray,
you,
you're
man.
doing
Nice.
it right, man. You're doing something very, very
Yeah.
right. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep the honesty. Keep that high energy. Please don't let that go. And
Standard.
thank you for
Always,
coming on.
bro. Always. Thank you, bro.
Nice
Thank you,
one,
man.
Ray.
Yeah, man. Take
Take
care.
care.